welcome back to Let's Play the Capo 2. So, I randomly calculated the uploads that I'll be going over for Christmas, and I just realized there will actually be a part uploaded for Christmas then, because the 2-day kind of upload thing that I do. So there will be one on Christmas. I wonder what that part will be though. That'll probably be the next recording session I do, I suppose. Because I record 2 parts, so this will be uploaded today, because a bit late on recording, been busy and all. And the next part after that will be the 21st, and the other one will be on Christmas. So how about that? Let's get this show on the road. I was looking at Anzu's finished script. I was playing Eto, the main character. There were so many lines. Anzu promised me I wouldn't have too many. Anzu was giving me some direction, but unless I had a basic idea of the story, it didn't make sense. Plus, I was trying to memorize my lines.
どうして私を避けるの？避けてなんかないよ。嘘、私と一緒に、買い物に行ってくれないし、水汲みにも行ってくれないじゃない。僕はもう一人でできるんだ。シャルの助けなんか借りなくても、僕は何でも一人でできるんだよ。だからもう、僕のことは放っておいておくれ。
Anzu was line bashing with Coco. Anzu was seriously impressive. She didn't even need the script. Even though it was something she wrote herself, I didn't think it would be easy to know all the lines without the script. The Yukimura memorization method. I guess it really works. But what is the method? Look who's talking. Quit goofing off and do some work. I was talking to Wataru, who was goofing around instead of doing his prop work. Coco screamed. I tried to think if she had a line like that. I looked in the direction where the scream came from. Anzu was down on the floor. Anzu! I rolled up the script, shoved it into my pocket, and ran over to Anzu.
Yoshiyuki.
Are you okay?
大丈夫。ちょっとめまいが。
You've been working too hard without getting enough sleep. Maybe that's why. Now that I think about it, I always freaking, occasionally be dizzy. It's like, I think that's more too much internet video games, though. But still, busier life for these past few weeks, been doing more and all that. I actually got guitar lessons again, and taking in all the information, just like, okay, here's some homework for you, just have, these arpeggios. It's like, okay, so it's like, stretch the fingers, skip that, no, don't go, no, it's crap, I can't remember which finger was I using, no, and it's just so try practicing that, and so it's just I'm so busy trying to memorize those that I don't get around to recording.
大丈夫。立てるから。ほら。
Anzu tried to stand up, but staggered again. I held out my arm and supported Anzu.
Yoshiyuki.
Don't say lucky me, damn it! You pushed yourself too hard.
Yoshiyuki, 保健室連れてった方がいいんじゃない？
Yeah, I'll be able to take her by myself, so why don't you continue practicing?
大丈夫。
Saying I'm okay so weakly isn't too convincing.
バレた。
Well, I'm going to take her to the nurse's office. They always do that though, don't they? It's like, no, I'm fine. No, you're not. It's like, no, I'm fine. It's like, look, if we weren't here to tell you that you're clearly not okay right now, you would just go on with what you were doing, right? Yes. Well, it's a good thing we're here then. It's like, but I want to work. No, you're going to the nurse's office. Anzu joked even when she was breathing feebly. Quit saying stuff like that. Come on, let's get you to the nurse. We head to the nurse's office as I helped Anzu to walk. Excuse us. Mitsukoshi Sensei was already getting ready to go home. Oh. Hold your jokes until you've checked her. She just collapsed, so please check her out. Huh? Why? Yes. I swept Anzu up as I was told. Anzu was a lot lighter than I thought. Are you really surprised? Yes. I took Anzu to the bed as I was ordered. Imagine if he, instead of like the princess kind of carrier, just like that, what I mentioned a while back, just like holding like a briefcase at his side, just like, okay, here's the bed. Whoop! Whoops, sorry! You hit the wall. Yes, I laid Anzu down on the bed and sat on a stool next to it. Mitsukoshi Sensei felt Anzu's cheeks and forehead gently. Mitsukoshi Sensei spoke casually as she felt Anzu's chest and stomach. That wasn't a thorough exam. And she put her hand in her pocket. Specially formulated. That's a nutrient shake you can buy anywhere. Anzu replied. She got up and drank the nutrient shake Mitsukoshi Sensei handed to her. Mitsukoshi Sensei took the empty bottle from Anzu and helped her lie back down again and then put a blanket over her. Anzu closed her eyes as she was told to. I guess I don't need to worry anymore. I tried to stand up. I realized Anzu was holding onto my sleeve. Hey, Anzu. Anzu was already asleep. My God, she must have been exhausted then. I tried to release her hand from my sleeve, but it was holding on so tightly I couldn't make her let go. But I have stuff to do too. I was the lead actor after all. Everyone would be at a loss if I didn't come back. Okay. Eh? Those faces again. The way I always do that kind of eh? As she spoke, Mitsukoshi Sensei poked my forehead. I didn't know what she was thinking, but Mitsukoshi waved at me and left the nurse's office. I wonder how he'll explain this to everyone. Well, I got up to leave, and then Anzu in her sleep grabbed my sleeve, so I was kind of stuck there until she woke up hours later. So sorry I missed the whole practicing thing. It's like, what? That's a stupid excuse, man. Like we believe something like that. Anzu. Anzu's hand was still holding on to my sleeve. Her face looked so peaceful. Oh well, she did work so hard. As I held Anzu's hand, I took out the rolled-up script from my pocket and started to memorize my lines. Well, Lisa's got that. The time passed so slowly as I listened to Anzu sleeping peacefully. I figured I can concentrate on memorization here. That scene again, is it? Where it's like, Yumi comes along just like, what are you doing? No, it's just massage. Glare. You know, past 2 days. Which one is this? My usual time me. I always do that, don't I? But, just going on about something completely unrelated, but I've like freaking out sleep paralysis 2 freaking mornings in a row, and it's really just, if you've never had that feeling before, you are lucky, because it's horrible. You like wake up, but you're like part awake and part asleep at the same time, so you can barely move your body and it all feels numb, and it feels like something is pressing down on you, and you feel tense, and you're just like you can't sleep, go back to sleep because you can't relax, so you try to push against it, and eventually you do finally wake up and you're just like, what the fuck was that? 2 days in a row I've had that shit, it's horrible. Way to make me disorientated every time I wake up to that kind of shit, you know? A dream, a memory, blah, a dream, blah. Wake up, you lazy bastard. Ba 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 ba. Snow. I can't believe it's snowing. It's only December. I mean, that shit's usually reserved for January or February, isn't it, House? Or spring in some odd cases. As I was shivering, I saw familiar faces working together ahead of me. Anzu, Kane, and Amikaze. I didn't know what Anzu liked about Amikaze, but I'd seen them together quite a bit lately. Yo!
Ohayo, Yoshiyuki-kun. Sakurai-ka. Ohayo.
Amikaze greeted me absent-mindedly as if she was curious about the snow. This is the morning right here, all grey and not really looking all that bright. This is pretty much how the weather has been lately, and it's kind of understandable since it's also December in real life, isn't it? I remember, like, when I went to study and I, like, left the house, and I was not expecting heavy winds and light rain amongst it. And I had to walk all the way down the street, all the way down the road, and just like felt like I was going to be blown to pieces by it. It's like, if I lived further away from the building, I would have probably said, you know what, fuck it, I'm screw studying, screw it, I'll do it some other time. Seriously. Anzu said as she shivered from the cold. Good morning.
Yuki-ne.
It's cold. How are you doing, Anzu? Good. You know, with me, anytime I sleep, if I sleep, say, like, maybe 9 PM or something like that, I'll always wake up early hours of the morning. If I sleep around about 1, I wake up either late early hours of the morning or early morning in general, like around about 8 in the case of today, and 11, so that's technically late morning yesterday. I think I say it's pretty damn disorientating that I just can't really get a good sleeping pattern going. It's always like, it varies quite a lot. No wonder why I feel so disorientated, goddammit. I'm glad. I felt relieved.
私のことを心配でたまらなかったのね。
Anzu nodded. Maybe I didn't need to worry about her.
ねえねえ、聞いてよ、よしゆきくん。天笠さんってばね、雪が珍しいんだって。
This is the scene where they go on about the, ski trip, isn't it? For the first time.
バカにするな。みなつだって雪くらい見たことはある。
Have seen her? She must have been extremely curious if she was asserting that she'd already seen it. When I thought about it, Kamikaze was locked up in that place for a long time. Of course she was curious about snow.
こうやって屋外でまじまじと見たのは初めてのようなものだけどな。
I see, and you were touched.
別にみなつは感動など。じゃあさ、みなつ。冬休みに入ったら一緒にスキーに行かない？
But we did already! Like, was it last month?
お、ナイスアイディア。スキー？
Skiing 2 months in a row. I've never even been skiing in my life. But with all this skiing trip stuff, I'm actually curious to check it out myself if I could.
あれ？天笠さん、スキー知らないの？ちょっと待ってくれ。
Kamikaze put her hand to her temple. I heard the sound of a motor from somewhere.
了解した。
I don't know what she understood, but Kamikaze nodded.
雪上での移動手段のことだな。スキーに行くとはどういう意味だ？だから、スキーをするために雪山へ旅行に行かないかってことよ。そんなものが面白いのか？
Well, as long as there's no trees in your way, or an avalanche or some shit, or a snowstorm. Sound familiar?
面白いと思うけど。板を足につけて坂を滑り降りるだけだろ？何が楽しいのだ？疾走感かな？それとも爽快感？ともかく気持ちいいの？
So long as there's no tree at the end of it.
そうなのか。移動手段であるスキーをわざわざしに行くなんて本末転倒のようにも思えるが。
Akane looked at me as if begging for help with creepy eyes. It's a sport. You go down a slope at high speed. When you become good at it, it's really fun. I didn't dislike skiing. Actually, I liked it quite a bit. I tried to think of a ski slope. Sagura-san and Junichi-san took me skiing when I was little. However, we hadn't gone for a long time because Sagura-san didn't like leaving the island. And Junichi seems to be nowhere to be found. He'll probably make an appearance much later on after all these routes, probably.
そうそう、それに景色もいいよ。白金の山、舞い散る雪の結晶、そしてゲレンデに咲く一輪の花咲茜。聞いた限りでは面白そうな感じはしないが。伝わらないかな、この私の心の情景が。みなつはスキーをしたことがないの？ああ、ない。まる。そう。なら経験してみるのも手ね。あれの役にも立つかもしれない。
For that, I think I know what she means.
本当か？
But only sort of, because now I'm confused myself there. Anzu nodded. What are you talking about?
桜井には関係ない。いいか、アンズ先輩。
Kamikaze took Anzu's hand and left.
ちょっと待ってよ、アンズちゃん、天笠さん。
Akane chased them hastily. They're so energetic. It was too cold for me to chase them. Phew. I let out a sigh. I wondered if they were really going on a ski trip. Well, yes, they are. I became a little envious. Oh, it's just like, oh, they'll go on a skiing trip, but you won't be brought along, no. No siree. Okay, ba 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 ba. Blah 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 blah. Ba 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 Muppet Coon, fuck you, you stupid idiot children. Stupid students don't know shit, so I have to mock them with my puppet. Cafeteria!
Hey, Yoshiyuki-kun.
Wait, where are you? Ah, yes, I see. Are you kidding me? What makes you think I brought such a thing?
そんなのわかんないじゃない。素敵な彼女が作ってくれるかも。
I don't have such a thing either.
あ、やっぱり？だったらさ、私たちと一緒に学食行こうよ。
Sure. I was thinking of going to the store, but the cafeteria was okay too.
決まりね。さ、行きましょう。
Wow, Anzu, you going too? Anzu didn't even listen to me, she went ahead and left. Akane and I hurriedly chased after Anzu. There was a crowd of people when we got to the cafeteria. Man, look at that, it looks foggy. We're in Silent Hill. Everyone was looking at a piece of paper posted on the wall.
なんだろう。行ってみましょう。
We decided to check out the crowd.
兄さん。アンズ先輩、どうも。
Yume and Amikaze were among the crowd. What's going on?
あ、そこの張り紙を見てみてください。
They're shooting the latest Silent Hill movie here. But the Silent Hill movies weren't that great. I know, but still, they went all out. There's fog everywhere. I mean, Jesus Christ. A lot of complaints.
なになに？読めばわかるって。
We looked at the poster. On the poster there were hand-drawn pictures of a Christmas tree and Santa Claus. The Santa Claus was Pyramid Head. The drawings weren't very good, but they were interesting.
何？明日から3日間、クリスマス特別メニュー実施。詳細はシークレット。お楽しみに。
Anzu read it in a monotone, but the characters were etched with markers and the poster was decorated with stars, explanation marks and musical notes.
なあなあ、クリスマス特別メニューって何を出すんだ？そりゃクリスマスなんだから。
Akane looked at Manatsu suggestively, but she seemed to have absolutely no idea what Akane was talking about. That couldn't be helped. Manatsu just woke up recently.
ねえ、と言われても皆目見当もつかん。だったらみんなで予想してみませんか？予想？当てっこしましょう。いいわね、それ。外れた人のおごりってことにしましょう。いえ、そこまでは。どうせやるなら徹底的にやらないと。なんだか面白そうじゃない？よくわからんが、その話乗った！
I didn't know what it was, but things were heating up.
じゃあこうしましょう。クリスマスメニューをそれぞれが1品ずつ予想。同じメニューにかけるのは不可。立てる順番はじゃんけんで決定して順番に予想ね。で、予想が当たった人の分を外れた人がおごると。ただし全員当たった場合と全員外れた場合、賭けは無効。それ以外は外れた人たちが当たった人の分を割り勘で支払うってことね。ということは、一人だけ外れた場合は最悪の結果が待っているってことですね。スリル満点だ。ヨシユキ、あなたも参加するでしょ。
I'm not fond of gambling. But screw it, I'm in! I'm in!
即答だ。
No, it wasn't. I actually had to think that. Well, I didn't have to think, I just commented on the gambling part and then just like, screw it! I'm a gambler by nature, I can't resist it. I'm certainly not. If the theme is a Christmas menu, then the answers are obvious. Seriously, if I was in a casino and like loads of people gambling and just like losing loads of money and I just kind of just stand there, it's like, what the hell are you doing? And you're just like, but we could make a lot of money out of this. Money, 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 money. You're losing more money than you're gaining. I know, but I'll get more money. Then when I actually get more money, let's gamble some more, gamble some more. I don't understand this place at all. Besides, I'm a cousin isn't too familiar with Christmas. I might win something from this bet, but I certainly won't lose anything.
じゃあ、決まりね。じゃあ、早速じゃんけんしましょう。緊張しますね。じゃんけん。
Yeah, but whatever the fuck. Ah! I froze. I put out a rock, everyone else put out paper. This was the worst possible scenario.
早くも1名脱落。
But being the last one doesn't mean it's a disadvantageous position.
兄さん、冷や汗が出てますよ。
Blair, shut up.
じゃあ、残りの順番も決めましょう。じゃんけんぽん。敗北。じゃんけんぽん。負けちゃった。私が最初ね。花咲先輩、2位決定戦、お願いします。望むところ。じゃんけんぽん。あちゃー、負けちゃった。私が2番目ですね。
The order had been decided. Okay, let's get started.
私から行くわよ。
Anzu is taking a long time to make her decision. Hurry up and say it.
チキン。
Wow, there she goes. She chose the safest one.
2番手は私ですね。
Wait. Sir, let me get this straight. Then in order to guess what will be on the menu, and obviously the last place would obviously be like, ah shit, they've already chose the more predictable choices, what can I do? You don't even need to think, do you?
多分ケーキがつくんじゃないかと思うんですよね。
It's always cake, cake, cake. Well, no, actually it's usually bread, bread, bread. So many different kinds of cake.
いや、ケーキはケーキですよ。ダメですか？確かに広すぎるかも。それを言ったらチキンだって。
Come on, you may give up.
じゃあ、鶏のもも肉ってことでいいわ。
Chicken leg. That's a safe bet.
ホールでつくわけはないと思うから、いちごのショートケーキにします。それでいいわね。チョコ系。やっぱり、ここはショートで。次、あかね。私はね、ノンアルコールのシャンパンがつくと思うんだよね。
Can you call it champagne if it's non-alcoholic?
そうね。そもそもシャンパンっていうのはシャンパーニュ地方の特産品のことで、それ以外は単なるスパークリング。もうじわり言わないでよ。ニュアンスは伝わってるくせに。商品名まで出しちゃったら賭けが不利になるでしょ。
Besides, copyright, man. I can't, like, give an actual brand. Anzu and I made a fuss out of spite, so we decided to accept Akane's argument. I mean, how many times have you seen in an anime where they, like, say have, like, Sony, but they, like, replace one of the letters so that it doesn't have any copyright? It's like, make it so obvious. Like, they do the thing with McDonald's, I think, as well. It's so obvious, and yet it's just like, it works.
次は2月ね。
chicken, a piece of cake, non-alcoholic champagne. Those are some common items for a Christmas menu. Let's see what Minatsu, who's totally ignorant about Christmas, will come up with.
Rice.
Minatsu answered effortlessly. Huh?
Rice だ。白い飯。
I don't know about that as bad. Steamed rice goes with everything, and that shouldn't be counted as an option.
有効よ。よっしゃ
Why?
最初におかずとは断らなかったし、ライスがなくてパンになる可能性もあるからね。有効でしょ。
It's always bread. That makes sense. I obediently withdrew you.
最後はYoshiyukiの番よ。
That's Japan, right? One thing that comes to mind is those damn Christmas puddings. But I remember every year we'd have one, but we'd never eat it. Maybe that would be on the menu, or is it different in Japan or what? Just say pudding or some shit like that. Yeah. They already said everything that's normal for a Christmas dinner. There might be a cup of corn soup, but there might be stew too. Let's think here. Christmas menus. Fuck it, I can't really come up with one. I mean, what's normal Christmas here is probably different how it is in the UK. UK's Christmas kind of dinner would probably be different to how they'd have the menu on the Japanese one. I don't know. Or possibly potatoes au gratin. They could serve some kind of pasta instead of rice. Go with pudding! Should I go with a piece of chocolate cake or something in that line? But my thoughts are going around in the circles.
兄さん、早く答えてください。
How about some turkey? Maybe, I don't know. That'd be about the same as chicken, really, wouldn't it? It's like, okay, so they have chicken and turkey as well. Variety. You may rush me even though she knew what I was going through. Everyone had such confident faces. Shit. No, that's not your answer. I looked at the poster one more time. I thought they were actually gonna be like, wait, you think shit's gonna be on the menu? A special menu. Then I was struck by a revelation. It's Christmas. There's only one thing for Christmas. It says a special menu, so it must be something extravagant. I answered confidently. Turkey!
Huh?
Holy shit. That's exactly what I was thinking, though. Everyone looked puzzled except for Anzu. No, the bird. Christmas means turkey. Chicken would be improper.
私と真っ向から勝負しようというわけね。
Chicken versus turkey. It appears so. There were invisible sparks between Anzu and I, so it was kind of fitting that I did the sound effect, and at least I thought so.
七面鳥ってターキーって言うんだ。
Well, that's usually how it is. At least with my family it is turkey.
そういえば、クリスマスは七面鳥ってお話の中では出てきますよね。なんか、すっかり忘れてました。私も、クリスマスイコールチキンだと思い込んでた。よくよく考えてみればそうね。チキンは代用品なのね。
Everyone was impressed with something different.
なあ、ユメ。クリスマスっていうのは七面鳥の日なのか？
Is Christmas Turkey Day? What the fuck? Minatsu asked Yume a totally off-the-wall question.
明日が楽しみね。
Yeah, I know. That said, there was a high probability of Anzu winning. However, if I won, I would definitely get bragging rights.
逃げないでよ。明日棄権した人はその時点で負け扱いにするからね。
Heh, same to you.
さ、二人とも睨み合うのはそれくらいにして今日はご飯を食べましょう。
You know,
腹が減っては戦はできぬ。
if turkey's not on the menu and pudding is, then my first one counts. Because that's why I instantly thought of. What comes Christmas? Freaking Christmas pudding that nobody ever seems to eat in my family. But it's always there.
そうですね。もうお腹ペコペコです。
Anzu and I nodded to each other and headed for the ticket machine. you know, it could be even weirder. Just like he comes up with a really out there answer, just like, so what'll be on the menu? Sprouts. What? Sprouts. What are sprouts? Because like apparently like it just baffles me. Like we always have sprouts and shit like that, but like we seem to be the only real, like the UK, like as far as I know, the only ones that really have these. Like always seems to be confusion when it comes to other countries. It's like, what the fuck's a sprout? It's like green kind of. I don't know. It sprouts. I don't know how to really describe it. They're just kind of always there, just like, you know, I like them or dislike them, just like, okay, sprout them. At least that's my response to them. Anyway, Coco went home early, so we'll be rehearsing today without Coco. Our classmates broke into a chattering buzz when they heard me. Everyone was whispering worriedly. I don't blame them. We couldn't decide on what to do until the last minute. We didn't have much practice time. Is that true, though, back on the subject sprouts? Is it like only the UK that has them, or what? Or I have no idea. The 24th, the second day of the Christmas party, was our performance day. We could only practice until tomorrow. We couldn't afford to miss anyone or anything. I couldn't blame them for feeling worried. The class president made a remark that I didn't want to hear. You've gone back to bitch mode, how could you? Naturally, one of the Setsuyaka girls objected. Oh, Wataru said something unusually decent. Well, I had a cold for 2 weeks, didn't stop me from freaking doing shit. It did for like a few days, because it's like, no, it did actually put a halt to my recording for somewhat, really. It's like, nose seemed to finally be settled down, at least. I thought the same thing quite a while back as well, then just came back out of nowhere. Hate colds. Some of our classmates grumble things like, yeah, maybe so. And the class president said that. Anzu affirmed the class president's words. When the class president heard that, she looked as if she wanted to say, see, with that kind of cocky look on her face, like, huh. Now, come to think about it, that would be disastrous, wouldn't it? Can you imagine that? You're just like, oh god, my nose, god damn it, I can't do these lines! Anzu spoke at once and glared at the class president. Everyone loves a good glare. Anzu's argument overrode the class president, who nodded reluctantly with her own kind of glare. As Anzu looked around, our classmates nodded. Anzu. Anzu muttered quietly so only I could hear her and nodded. But without the heroine, although we said we'd do what we could, they were still worried. I know it's hard to practice. We haven't even gone over the lighting cues. I haven't been sleeping to get the cue sheet together. Sound true too, most of Tsukushima's lines are our cues. We're worried. We've only got a day left. To find voice actors, having the main person down was making everyone paranoid. The mood wasn't very good. The entire class went silent. We'll let Coco get better for now. Let's use a replacement approach for today. Akane, you can recite most of Coco's lines, can't you?
お母さん役だけど、セリフが重なるところはあんまりないし。大丈夫。
Lighting crew, sound crew, listen carefully for when Akane reads Coco's lines. Okay. Please, class president.
まったく。
Finally, everyone started to move. Yeah, started to move, not stared to move. We set the stage, turned the lights on, and adjusted the volume for the sound. But we were still off our game. Everyone still looked at each other with concern as they made their preparations.
シャルル、お夕飯のお野菜とお肉を買ってきてちょうだい。
Yes.
行こう、
Sure, some pastoral underscoring came on, but they completely missed their timing. With that as a cue, the lights went out early as well.
違う。今は茜がヒロインのシャルルなんだから。
Why don't we have Anzu do Charles' role then, so that they don't get confused?
言い終わるまで待って。
But it's the same voice. Well, why don't we change who's covering the heroine? Is there anybody who's not busy? That's impossible, it's too sudden. You don't even know when to read the lines. She's right. Obviously they only cared about what they were supposed to do. Well, we weren't expecting a situation like this, so we couldn't help it.
じゃあ、私目で合図するから、合図したところはココちゃんのセリフだと思ってよ。
How can we tell that?
何よ。ちょっとでもわかりやすくしようと思って、人がせっかく。
It's better to have a bit more than like a kind of eye thing. How about, okay, when I stick my middle finger up, that means I've switched characters, and that's giving you the signal to get the fuck on with it.
とりあえず次のシーン行ってみようぜ。なあ。
However, everyone was even more worried. After a while, even scenes that had nothing to do with the heroine were starting to get messed up. Rehearsing about our leading lady was extremely difficult. What the freaking hell is she doing here then? I thought she was at home. Or is it just showing her there because going there will lead to a scene that have characters talking about her or Yoshiyuki thinking about her or what, I don't know. But we go into the hallway.